Hi, everybody.
Hello, I'm Ryan.
I'm Bethany.
And we are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
And today we'll be talking about Wonder Woods. This is designed by Eli Thomas Wolf, and it is published by Blue Orange Games.
All right, growing up, there was one particular house that we lived in that backed out onto a creek. It had a huge backyard, and I have very fond memories of going out and mushroom hunting with my dad. We would find these morels, these mushrooms that people would just think they're the best things ever.
They were the best things ever.
I think they're disgusting. I think they're nasty.
That's because you never had them prepared by my dad.
That's true. But also, yuck. Mushrooms are yuck.
Unless they're prepared by my dad.
So my dad and I never actually made any food with them. We just
hunted them.
Hunted for them and gave them to people at work or whatever it was. But this game's all about hunting for mushrooms. There's 4 different kinds of mushrooms that you're hunting for in this game. This is the Wonder Woods. All the mushrooms are always in season. It's a magical thing. I wish it were true always. But also,
you don't like the mushrooms.
But I like hunting for them. So I get to do that in this game, so I don't have to do it in real life. But what's happening is there is a number that's going to be assigned to these mushrooms. 1, 3, 5, or 7, which is going to be how much victory points these mushrooms are worth. You don't really know what the number is going to be. There's a little bit of information that you have, a little bit of information that everybody else has, but no one has all the information. So you're trying to pick mushrooms, figure out which ones are the most valuable. Let me give you a quick overview of how to play. All right, here's our setup for Wonder Woods. I have it set up for a 4-player game. Now, there's always going to be those 4 different mushrooms, no matter how many different players you have. For the baskets, those are the number of players that we're talking about. All right, to set up each one of these mushrooms, we have a small little deck. So for this particular mushroom, we have a small deck of 4 cards. We're going to shuffle those up. We're going to tuck one of those cards underneath the board, and then we're ready to play. All the rest of the cards that were not used for this game, they're going to be shuffled up, and they're going to be distributed out to the players. So we're going to get 3 cards in a 4-player game, and we're going to look at those, and we're not going to reveal them to anybody else. So each one of these mushrooms has a different card, 1, 3, 5, and 7. Now, what's tucked behind these different individual boards is what the actual mushroom is going to be worth at the end of the game. Again, it's either 1 point, 3 points, 5 points, or 7 points. All the cards that were distributed out to us are the cards that is not it. So, for instance, for this particular mushroom over here, we know that it's not going to be a 5 or a 7. So this particular mushroom is only going to be worth a 1 point or a 3 point per mushroom at the end of the game. Now, that's kind of on the lower half of the point scale, so we're probably not going to try to buy very many of those. But some of these other ones might be worth more points, and so those are going to be the ones we're going to start off buying. Well, how do you buy a mushroom? Well, each player is going to have these different colored baskets. What you're going to do is you're going to fill in the leftmost column available on a mushroom card. So for this one over here, 1 basket is going to give us 1 mushroom. Now the next player in line, they're going to be able to have to pay 2 if they want to go there. So if they wanted that same kind of mushroom, they'd have to do this in order to get their mushroom. Another player might go over here. They don't know that what we know, that these mushrooms aren't worth as much, so they might buy one of these anyways, hoping to get, a lot of mushrooms for just not a lot of baskets. We're to keep going around the table until all players have gathered as many mushrooms as they can, or they pass. We're going to give away some bonus mushrooms as well. On each card, for whoever used the most amount of baskets, they're going to get an extra mushroom. So in this particular mushroom, purple used the most amount of baskets, so they're going to get an extra free mushroom. Over here, orange is the only one who put over here, so they're going to get a free mushroom as well. So that's how it's going to work. You're going to gain mushrooms by placing baskets, and then you're also going to get bonus mushrooms by being the person who played the most baskets on each individual mushroom. At the end of each round is kind of a secondary phase. You get a chance to earn more baskets, which is great because that means you're going to be able to get more mushrooms. However, you're going to have to give some of the information that's secret and only given to you. So for instance, we'd have to give one of our cards here. Let's see, I don't want to give up the fact that I know that over here is either a 1 or a 3, so I'd rather give up this mushroom. You say, you know what? I know that this one is not a 1, applying to that mushroom over there. By giving up that information, I'm also going to gain a basket. Over the course of the game, you're going to be able to gain up to 2 baskets by giving up information. Maybe that's worth it to you, maybe it's not. It's your choice. I think that's a great decision point in this game. You have to decide whether to help people out or not in order to get baskets for yourself. All right, so that's going to be every single round. We're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to gather back all of our baskets. We're going to place them back out there, gathering mushrooms, and maybe giving up some information in order to take more baskets for the next round. The end of the game is going to be triggered once 2 of our stacks of mushrooms, 2 of our piles of mushrooms over there, have completely run out. We're going to finish that round, and then what we're going to do is we're going to reveal the point values behind each one of these mushroom cards. This particular mushroom is worth 3 points. So what we're going to do, every player is going to take their mushrooms out. They're going to multiply them by each one of the 4 different mushroom values, kind of all their points. At the end of the game, whoever has the most points wins.
I thought the bits in this game were absolutely adorable. I liked all the little mushrooms. I liked the little baskets that you put in there. And that's it, right? It's just the baskets and the mushrooms. That's all you need. And it's automatically adorable. I just thought it was super cute. And our girls also thought it was super cute. So when you're looking for that, family game and you can get your family to enjoy the little bits, it's easier to get them to enjoy the game.
This, for me, was surprisingly thinky. It's pretty simple. You're drafting these mushrooms and you're trying to figure out which ones have the most value or whatever. But when you have a little bit of knowledge, it's very reminiscent of like the Monty Hall problem. I don't know if you're familiar with that, like that game show theory kind of a thing, where you have a little bit of knowledge and you have to pick a suitcase, right, or one of those kinds of things, and figure out which suitcase has the money in it based off of the probabilities. That's kind of what this is going on here, but even a step beyond that, because there's multiple mushrooms and there's multiple numbers you have to kind of contend with. I thought that was fantastic. I loved trying to figure that out and play the odds a little bit.
Yeah.
It had that game show theory, like what's it, Deal or No Deal, right? Whereas some suitcases have nothing in it, and some suitcases has $1 million in it, and you're slowly whittling away trying to figure out which numbers aren't the $1 million suitcase. And that's exactly what you're trying to do. You're trying to figure out which mushrooms still might have the 7-point or the 5-point card underneath it, but you don't know for sure because everybody still has a little bit of information hidden behind there. And also, I love that. I don't know. I keep talking about that. I just love that math. I love that decision making. It's just a really fun, mathematical problem.
Yeah. After we played for the first time, Ryan went on this little mini rant.
You saw a little taste of it just now.
Yeah, because it was positive, so it wasn't like a rant, but like it's a miniature lecture for about 5 minutes about this game theory, and I was like, yeah. So can we just play it again? But so our girls really liked this. So we have a 6 and a 9-year-old, and you wouldn't know if like the 6-year-old would really grasp the concept, but she totally did. And it was hilarious playing with them because she would get all giggly because of the information she knew, but you didn't know if that meant it was good or bad.
Like by having such a bad poker face, it ended up being a good poker face.
Yes. She's just so excited to have information that you didn't know, and so she was like, I know something, and then like you still couldn't tell even where she was placing her mushrooms, and she still did. Like our 6-year-old was doing really well. Like I think she just got it at like a really deep level, like Ryan's lecturing level. Our 6-year-old understood this game as. But I thought that was perfect that we were able to play with all 4 of us and for it to still be competitive. It's not like, we were able to just bulldoze him in it. It was still a really competitive game.
I love the drafting of the mushrooms in this game. They get increasingly more expensive. They cost more baskets the further out it goes. And I like that it kind of becomes more and more scarce. The more you pick them, there's less of them out there, and the more time it takes to get them or whatever. So thematically, that worked out really well. But then also, you don't have a lot of information, but where people are buying from also gives you a little bit of information too. So if they're avoiding a certain mushroom, you can kind of maybe guess they might have some cards that tell them that particular mushroom is low in value, or maybe they're bluffing too. You don't really know. So it's
like maybe she's just giggling. And we have no idea if she's a high or a low card.
And even still, no matter what, even if you get some of the mushrooms that are lower value, it's still points.
Yeah.
So you're always still progressing, even if it's like, oh man, it wasn't the 7-point like I thought it was. You're still getting something. You're never just like shut out. So I like that drafting.
I thought this game was super cute and adorable, and I thought it was one of those games that matched perfectly with what the gameplay was to what the length of the game was. I felt like it didn't overstay its welcome. We were able to teach it and play it with the girls and have a fun little game that wasn't overdrawn, but it was still thinky at the same time. So I just really liked the theme along with the style of game and the length of this game.
Yeah, I had no idea what to expect when we played this game for the first time. I'm like, what is this about? I see some mushrooms on the board. Blue Orange makes some great family games and some great kids games. I'm like, this is probably going to be a good time. I'm looking forward to trying this one out. what I did not expect was to have my mind blown. I did not expect this psychological twister to be happening about this Monty Hall problem-esque thing going on in this game show theory.
It was only happening to him, and probably our youngest.
So either I'm very childlike, or else I'm like on another whole world.
Well, when it comes to math stuff, yes.
But oh my gosh, I had a great time. It's extremely simple and very approachable, and yet all throughout the entire thing, I was interested. I was interested from the beginning to end. I wanted to know what values were hidden where, what everybody was doing, trying to analyze every little thing. And they didn't slow anything down either, right?
Oh, not at all.
But at the same time, I was invested and interested the entire time. Man, I love this game. This is super good.
It's fun.
I enjoyed the heck out of this one.
Everybody, thank you so much for watching it. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see your videos as they come out. If you enjoyed what you watched, consider leaving us a tip. There's a link down below on how to do that. Until then, you can find us in all of these places.
You guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.